What's good? What's good, guys?
What's up? What's up?
What's up, everyone? How's everyone doing?
Good, good.
Excellent.
Good. Okay. So everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Geeked Out Live, episode 16. As you guys know the drill, or if you're not, you're new. What we usually dive in is what is our recent pickups. What's up, my buddy Customs? We dive into what's our recent pickups of figs. So, John and Chris, do you want to go? I don't have anything to present, so
All
I don't either. So
okay,
I
None of us have
well
nothing to say this week. That's
well
great.
that's good.
well I did cop one mystery box from the Four Horsemen. So that should be
Okay,
coming whenever. So
yeah.
I'll open it up on the show whenever I get it. So, but I
All
did
right.
I did I did cop one of those.
That's shipping now. So as soon as you place the order, they send it out.
I mean they got tons of orders. So I do know some people have
It
have
goes
already
in
posted.
waves, right? It should be.
Yeah, yeah,
I assume it's like the same thing with the in stock
yeah, yeah.
shipping. Like it just goes in waves and shit.
Like a week
Yeah,
or
some
two. Yeah.
yeah, some people have already gotten their shipping notice and everything. So I was like, damn,
Hmm.
that's fast. But I haven't got anything yet. I'm in Texas, so they're probably getting people in the East Coast right now. Probably maybe it's closer. So
I don't know, man. I find it that being close to these companies, I actually get my shit last all the time. I don't know why. Like
oh wow.
Yeah.
Four Horsemen, and there's a couple other companies that like they're based out on in like New York, and I'm like right next door. It's like, why am I the last one to get it?
That's crazy. Oh man.
But
But
yeah, so we can just move on to the next segment.
okay.
So next segment, let's focus on actually new releases of figures, and the one off the top of the head is
Um,
the Mezco Captain America.
Yeah, that's what I figured you were gonna. So let's pull that up. I figured you were gonna go that route.
See, you know me so well now. Okay, so yeah, this guy looks good. What do
I
you
know we were going back and forth about the shorts, and I had to remember. Yeah, I do remember him kind of having shorts in the comics, but I'm
And
just
no,
like,
honestly, it's honestly like an honest mistake because because I had to look closely and when I was going through all the original like the OG like 19 when did Captain America premiere 1930s or something like that.
yeah, I
Some
think it was like World War II. I think was like kind of the backdrop for it. So it was like in the
oh so
40s, I think.
even way earlier probably or some shit I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyway, so yeah they like how they colored it, it's like if you didn't zoom in, like you wouldn't have noticed that he was wearing shorts. He's wearing like the same color blue shorts on blue pants. So it's just like, why did they? What was the point of
Saving on
this?
printer ink, bro. Saving on that printer ink.
So yeah, I mean, it is that portion is comic accurate. Now I feel like we can't really go into details because there's no like accessories and whatnot we're getting. But based on the promo image that they released on the last event, they did show that he'll have like a the swoosh of the effect going with the shield, so that it looks like he's throwing it. So I guess something similar like the Marvel Legends, but a little bit more upscale-ish in terms of like finicking, like designing it. But yeah, man, I'm excited for this figure because I do have the original SDCC exclusive Captain America that is this classic version look. Um, that version, I mean, it's still a solid figure, but it's on the 2000 like 14 2015 bucks, if not like what I'm
yeah.
saying, give or take. So obviously, those the articulation with those bodies compared to what we're getting now, it's just no comparing it. You know what I'm saying? It's more stiffer or limited. Limited is a better word. Limited. So yeah.
I
What
mean,
do you guys think?
it looks good. I mean, as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh man, he's probably gonna cop this one.
Look at
Um,
Katie's comment right there up at the top.
oh yeah, is it right? Please drop. Oh, it's a Nightwing pre-order. Hey, see, he had to drop some DC in there. He had, so I appreciate that, KT. I mean, he had
Mhm.
to represent the DC.
There you go.
But I guess Nightwing, you're thinking Nightwing, classic Nightwing, or Nightwing in the '80s with the
Well, no,
gold feather.
the tease that they released like last year's event, like not even this previous year, like I'm talking about like 2022, 23,
I
22,
was about to say
23,
that's 2 years ago.
22, 23. It's been a while, so but they did tease it. It's a modern Nightwing look. This is when they were teasing Doc Ock and what's the other one that people were talking about? Um
41.
I can't, I'm slipping my mind. Doc Ock, Nightwing. And there was one other thing I forget. I can't remember. It's another thing they teased. Oh, Casey Jones. Casey Jones from
Oh,
TMNT. That
Yeah.
one. So I was talking to Fonk earlier today, and I think I'm like almost certain they're gonna go through with Nightwing. Like they've been doing DC figs.
Yeah.
I don't see any reason why it would stop them now. Now I do suspect that there may be some negotiating, going back and forth with them and the licensing team of WB/DC.
Mm.
Just because I know like DC WB has merged with other companies. They keep merging and merging, and they keep having to revisit the table of who's getting what cut, what shares. So I think that is a contributing factor that may be going on behind the scenes of why we haven't seen it yet. But I do think it will come. um Casey Jones, like people were asking, like, oh, when is this gonna come? I'm like, I'm like, if they release the TMNT and they see how successful it is, they're gonna do Casey Jones. I don't see why they wouldn't.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
The other one, Doc Ock, though, now that's that's more of an in the air one, just because I mean, by track record they should, but at the same, I mean, it can go both ways. I mean, by track record, they should, because they've been doing every Marvel figure that they've teased, um, and they did Spider-Man, Green Goblin.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I could see them doing it, but at the same time, the Spider-Man figs haven't been getting the best reception, especially the recent one,
Yeah.
the Spider-Verse one. But again, that one's a double-edged sword, because yeah, it could be, I could say like, oh, like, they still went through with this, so they might just still go through with Doc Ock, or it just might be reverse. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the villains are really good though. I mean, just
Yeah.
from what I just saw with the Green Goblin. I mean,
Also,
was that?
like they're like, as you can see, they've slowed down on releases, which I think is a good thing for them, because they had
Yeah.
their catch up catalog
There's a
year or
lot
two.
last year.
It was a lot,
Yeah.
dog. Like John doesn't know. John doesn't know when you have like what 50 fucking POs,
Well,
like you know what I mean,
I
going back to
remember,
back to back.
I remember y'all talking about in the chat. I'm like, what's this Mesco? Like, okay, so I'm glad I'm not in that, because it seems like it
Dude,
seems like every week you were just like, it's like, dang it, I just got
It was
clipped
rough.
again for another $100. It's like,
literally they charge like what, like 2.5 years worth of like orders, and there's a lot. They were dropping like boom 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 during COVID and the year post COVID. So all of them were just charging like two three a month. It was nuts. I was like, I feel bad for the people who, like, what I mean, like, don't who live paycheck to paycheck, or they have like a family to provide for, because it's like, damn, man, they're gonna have to
It's rough.
cancel on some things. So I think that's another, and that's tied to what I said. Why I think they're slowing down is because, they had to get all these backed up orders out. That, what's up, Asher that they had to lose out on money, because people weren't able to afford three figures charging in a month, two figures charging in a month. You know what I'm saying? Or at least like month to month, back to back, time wise. So I think they just have to like go back to the status quo strategy, or frequency of how they released and charged and such like that.
For sure.
But Chris,
yeah,
what do you think?
We'll get it eventually. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they've ever shown something as a preview that has never released. Yes, it's
Yeah.
taken maybe a couple of years after it, but they always come out with it. As far as like the Doc Ock, we were talking about the Doc Ock. One thing I feel like might be holding that up too is ideally they would be building a new buck for that, right? They'd be building something a little bit more stockier, a little bit kind of
yeah.
maybe shorter.
Mhm.
I hope that they would go that route, as opposed to, like, even though Atticus is a great figure, I know you guys have probably lifted up Atticus's shirt. He's got that like it's like a piece of foam there to kind of make him look a little bit pudgy. So yeah, I don't know. I'm potentially excited about the Doc Ock, and if they do come out with a new buck for that Doc Ock, I'm excited to see what else they're gonna put on that kind of stockier buck. You know what I mean?
I
So
think it
yeah,
would really just be one though, right? I
you
mean,
guys see Toyetic's comment?
oh yeah.
What was it?
Rob, you don't want me to
It's better.
to go in on something, okay?
I mean, a lot of innovation from Four Horsemen, for sure. A lot of innovation. But as far as going back to the Captain America figure, I think it's cool that they're re-releasing a lot of these older things. I can't wait till they get to the Punisher. I'm in if they do a re-release of the Punisher.
That'll be
And,
easy money,
oh
easy
yeah,
fucking
Yeah.
money if they re what's the word? re-release,
Reissue,
retro, whatever. Yeah,
remaster, yeah.
remaster the
Remaster, yeah.
Punisher. That would be easy fucking money on the table.
Oh yeah, and
I mean,
I feel like
I missed out on the classic one, even when I had I had the I had the ability to get one. This
yeah.
is like when Mesco was just starting off. It wasn't nowhere near as popular as it is now.
Did he have the
So
white boots?
yeah, he had the classic white boots look and
John's out.
everything.
John's out.
Well,
Well,
for
people, that's the
Punisher,
classic look though. That's
yeah,
the
yeah,
classic look.
that is legit. That is legit. So I will go with white boots with the Punisher. But
Okay.
And I never got the Spec Ops Punisher, which it's basically similar to the original classic look, just that it has the helmet. I didn't get that because I already bought the modern Mezco stylized version. You know what I'm talking about, Chris,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, with the vest. But yeah, man. So yeah, man, I'm hyped for Captain America. That's dropping tomorrow, the PO. So I'll
Right.
be I'll be front and center.
Oh yeah, don't worry, Toyetic. We're definitely going to be talking Deadpool in a little bit.
Oh yeah. Is there any other new releases you guys have come across?
I don't think so. I think that's the only one I noticed was
It's a slow week.
Mezco. Yeah,
Slow
Mhm.
couple.
I don't think McFarlane released anything or
Well, Marvel
Hasbro.
Legends did Hasbro did announce that it's re-releasing Silver Surfer in a new packaging.
Yeah, I
You
saw
guys see
that. Yeah,
that?
Is
yeah.
it
It's the Walgreens it's the Walgreens exact version with the pins.
that was the
Everyone,
best one, in my opinion. I mean, yeah,
everyone's like pins 2024. We're still doing this?
that is weird. That's a weird look.
Yeah.
Did you cop this one?
Also, oh yeah, this one we're gonna talk about this. Yeah, I need to grab that one.
Is he
Bro,
still
like I
available or
said,
sold
yo,
out?
McFarlane, Mesco, if you guys hear me, yo, hit me up, DM me because yo, I be fighting for you guys like heavy in the chat. Nah, dead ass, bro. Like every time people talk smack about a certain comic fig that McFarlane does or Mesco does, I'm ready with comic book knowledge. I'm ready to clap the f back. You know what I mean? So this one, I even said it. I said something along the lines like, "This is so dope. If you read comics, you know. If you don't, casual fan problems can't help you." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like get out of here. But anyways, that's dope. I can't wait for that.
What series is that from? I don't think I've ever seen that show.
So
Uh,
Punchline is basically Harley Quinn's replacement in a sense, or like kind of like
hmm.
like a variation.
Mhm.
So she came out during the Joker War, which was 2019, maybe 2018. Um, and then now she's become more of like her own character type thing. So she's basically just a mean version of an evil version of Harley Quinn, if that makes sense to you. But she's not as loony. She's more like
Yeah,
normal and smart about shit. She's not like hey Bats, what you gotta do?
yeah, yeah.
She's just like whatever. You know what I mean?
Joker's got a hard time keeping the ladies around. I guess he just goes through them.
Well, he's a womanizer, so I mean everyone catches on eventually. You know what I mean?
What's up, Digital?
What's up, Digital Caveman?
So this
But
Joker, it looks familiar though. From
Joker
a
Wars.
so they already released one similar to this already. Like I say, it looks
Oh, you're
familiar.
talking about Sculpt? I'm sure.
I
It's
feel like
Yeah.
the Yamaguchi, like the stylized nature of it,
Hmm.
kind of reminds me of the Yamaguchi
I
Joker.
know what reference art they were going for, but yeah, they didn't create a new design, so
Mhm.
it doesn't hit the mark. But that's to me, like how McFarlane does, and Hasbro does the same thing. They throw these figs that they know no one's gonna go crazy for with the figs that people actually want, just to make a buck. So I know for what it is. You know
Is
what
it
I
still
mean?
available or is it sold out already?
It's on Amazon. It's probably not gonna sell out because she's you're not gonna know her unless you read the comics. And let's be honest here.
I didn't. I didn't know who she was, so I was like, I mean, cool
Yeah,
looking figure, but I was
but
just like, I don't.
that's why she's safe. That's why she's not gonna sell out because a lot of people don't have not been reading comics, especially recently. You know what I mean to know.
That's true.
But yeah, anything else? I feel like there is, but we're just blanking out right now. But anyways, we can move on to the main segment. So for the first,
Actually,
no, go ahead.
do we want to do the new segment again? It's gonna happen once a month, but we're gonna spin the Mezco wheel. So what the Mezco wheel
Oh,
is gonna
sure.
be is I decided because I got my list of Mezco figs that I need to get right.
Mhm.
So so rather than make myself go crazy and spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars of trying to get them all at once, I said, you know what? I'm gonna try and just get one a month. And what I'm gonna do is I will spin the wheel, and we'll see where it lands. And then that's the one I'm going to get for the month. And then we'll do it again next month. So
Do it.
pull it
Let's
up.
go.
That sounds like a responsible adult way to go about it, man. That's great.
Yeah, well, nah, I blame it. John's married. That's why.
It's
He doesn't,
tough.
he doesn't have my type of freedom to have that restraint. Let's be honest here. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly. I mean, there's bills to pay, man. There's lot adult stuff that needs to happen. So right now we have on the wheel. I have Jason, Freddy, Michael, Leatherface, Golden Age Two-Face, the Shadow, and Golden Age Superman. So that's kind of what I'm looking. There's some other stuff. I mean, this isn't counting pre-orders like Tracy and then Storm Shadow. I consider that a pre-order.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is everything that's. I think most of these have already been released. I think all this has been released. So some of these I could probably get, cheap, or at least I think Leatherface is still on the Mezco site for now.
If not
But
retail.
yeah, I mean, some of these may be hard to like. I think that Golden Age Superman, I think he's going for like 120 on Amazon. Is that a like legit price?
Yeah, but that's close to retail though.
It was? Oh
yeah.
wow. He
Because he
wasn't
came with a lot of accessories, so he was a little bit more on price.
All right, let's do this. Let's spin the wheel, see where it's gonna land at.
Superman. Let's go.
Oh, Two-Face.
Nice.
Oh man, that's gonna be right off the bat. That's gonna be tough.
I mean, it makes sense though. It makes sense because you just bought the.
It does, but he's also
Batman.
he's also the more expensive probably out of all these because
yeah,
he came in that 2-pack, so yeah, it's gonna be. I was kind of hoping to be on a more least expensive one, so that's gonna be fun.
Well,
I don't know. Maybe
at least to get him out of the way.
There's a
Yeah.
there was a single release, wasn't there as well? KT, they didn't do a single release of the
only 2-pack.
Oh man, yep.
So I think Rob has 3 or something. I think he got the Mezco 2-pack when it was on the site. That Two-Face had a problem with the hips. He got a replacement, and I think he bought another one. He's got a couple, so maybe I can hit him up. Maybe we can make a deal or something.
Yeah. Obviously, because Chris, if you don't know, John's been I'm basically John's what's the word, the assistant that procures the celebrity shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like you ever see that viral clip of when Michael Jackson goes shopping? He has a guy with him. He's like, I want that, and the guy's just like, yeah, okay, I'll order. Basically, that's the guy. I'm that guy for John.
Procurement like, services.
John's just like, hey, how's this figure? I'm like, of course, it's good.
KT,
and then John's like, okay.
KT's the middle. He's the middleman, because I hate wheeling and dealing. I'll just if somebody says, hey, that's this fig's 150, like, all right.
Yeah.
KT's like, no, hold on a second. No. Let me work my magic. Let me get in here. Hey, John, I just got this for you for $100.
Yeah.
Like, that's where KT comes in.
That's
He's my
Chinese in me. I'm like, are you sure you can go cheaper?
There's no group for real that I'm in that I don't see KT in, like, commenting, asking for, selling stuff, all,
on Facebook groups
and Discord groups. I always see you.
One-stop shop,
dude.
man.
I need to sell off. So what I'm doing, and I decided this yesterday when I was smoking. So I'm like, because I never noticed that the OG Marvel Legends Omega Red is painted differently than the 5-pack Wolverine Omega Red.
Yeah.
The whole time I thought it was just a dead ass re-release. So I'm like, shit. Well, the latest one, the 5-pack one, it has the white colored tentacles, and he has the white colored Omega sign versus the old one is just all red. It has the symbol carved, but it's red. So I'm like, that looks so much better. And I need Mastermind Callisto to go with it. So I need to sell my Sabretooth, my old OG Sabretooth, my OG Omega Red, and my OG, and no, not OG, but the Cyber because I bought Cyber from that pack separately a long time ago.
Yeah.
Because I don't want 2 Cybers, you know what I'm saying? So I had to sell those 3. I haven't got any views on eBay, which is a bummer because it's like, I feel like that's a good, I'm only charging like 30 a piece. I feel like that's a good deal, but.
Yeah. When I was selling Marvel Legends, I would always like wait until I had a bunch of them together and then sell them, sort of like post them all as a group, and then some of them would sell, and I
might do that. I might have to do that, but I might have to do it on Facebook. I think that's the thing. I'm gonna have to change strategies and get more aggressive with it, I guess. But yeah, man, I just want to recoup my costs. I'm not even looking to make a buck. Like, you know what I mean? 8
Thanks,
watching, 4 likes, something is
thanks,
adding up.
thanks, Cave, man. Appreciate that. Smash that like button.
But yeah, man. So you're getting the Two Face. Chris, what are your thoughts? I like it because I thought it's like, I mean, in terms of color wise, it pops. You know, the articulation is not bad for for what the character moves, how he moves.
Yeah, yeah,
Especially I love the OG green,
Yeah.
messed up head versus face versus the reddish one, just because
yeah.
it's more, it reminds me more of kind of like Batman Forever Two
Mhm.
Face.
Yeah,
But yeah, man.
I thought like the head sculpt was kind of more interesting with that more recent one, and like you were saying, the colors pop. I could see John really liking it because he's kind of
Yeah.
really going hard into sort of like that classic look.
Yeah.
But I had the more like contemporary looking one with like the
Modern one.
modern one. Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
so
Um.
I didn't pick up the 2-pack one, but it's nice. It's great.
By the way, guys, give me 20 minutes before we end because I have something else to say to announce, or not announce,
Oh,
but like something to discuss. But yeah,
yeah.
yeah, man, dude, that white shirt is so clean. Like it's
Yeah.
so dope. I love it. I love the way it pops. All the color.
Is the neck and the head separate with this one?
Nah, one piece, bro.
It's one piece. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like it's just like the prune face. It looks
Yeah.
like it's all one piece.
Because if you think about it, if you had separate pieces, then you would have to worry about aligning the greens
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
Yeah.
regular
Yeah.
skin tone.
That's a nice
Um,
Batman.
doesn't it feel so good to look at to look at Mezco?
I gotta give it. I mean, gotta give it to that. I mean, yeah. I mean, looks great.
But
But
anyways,
again, it's
he's
gonna
the
be
he's
expensive.
the most hard he's the harder ones hardest one. I'm sorry, out of your list to find. So I think you might as well get him out of the way. To be honest,
Might as well. So
I'll
that's
ask
gonna be for May.
anyways
That's gonna be for May.
for
So
May.
then
All
we'll,
right,
yeah.
all right. I'll look
So I got,
around. Look around for you, Johnny Pooh. Anyways, let's move on to the first hot segment of today's live. Now, what's on everyone's mind, obviously, is Deadpool and Wolverine. I said Deadpool and Wolverine, the sequel. They released the latest trailer earlier this week. John, let's start with you. What are your thoughts?
I enjoyed it. Everything about it. Now, I will say this: I have not seen Deadpool 1 and 2 from start to finish. I now in this day and age with YouTube and everything, I feel like I have though. I mean, I go on there, I watch
Watch
clips,
it.
and
Why? Just get it out of the way. It's a
I,
fun
I mean,
watch.
it probably is. I mean, sometimes I don't, I really don't sit down and watch movies like newish movies anymore. I mean, like, aside from the
Dude, you're
MCU,
not.
and even
Oh my
that's
god, you're doing this shit again. You're not even that old, my man. Like Jesus
no,
Christ.
I know. I mean, it's like, but then I see the clips and I've seen the ending already on YouTube, so it's like, I've already seen it.
They're easy,
But
fun movies. Just get
no,
knock,
no,
you
no,
know, knock it
not
out.
not not that. And I'm not knocking it. It's just I got to just sit down and watch it. But I mean,
You're watching the
but it.
old Bonds movies. How are you even talking right now?
Oh,
Oh,
that
it's
is
so
true. Yeah.
hard. I can't concentrate.
I mean, well, for one thing, Ryan Reynolds does kind of. I do have a little bit of an issue with that because again, with the whole Green Lantern thing, and I know he makes fun of it in Deadpool too. So that I think that's cool. But it's just a lot of Ryan Reynolds, and sometimes he can get a little bit on my nerves. That's just me.
I
You
agree.
know,
No, I do agree. That's actually one of the reasons why I'm not like as in love with the Deadpool movies as other people are, is because I there's only a certain amount of Ryan Reynolds type humor I can take in one sitting
exactly, and
before
that
it just becomes like super obnoxious, and I'm like, because
and
he
that's
makes a
what.
lot of like really easy perverted jokes that like a fucking 13-year-old can come up with sometimes. And I'm just
Yeah,
like, could we, can we up it up? Can we complex it a little bit or something? It's
I
something
mean,
my nephew would say to me. It's like, Jesus Christ.
and that's exactly why watching clips on YouTube of the film is perfect because you can go in there, get a quick little 5 minute clip of him fighting Colossus or anybody
Juggernaut.
else and
Getting ripped.
Juggernaut. Yeah, and you just
Yeah.
get
That was
that out of the
good.
way.
That was good.
And then, all right, I'm good. I don't have to sit there and listen to any more of Ryan Reynolds. But no, I mean, for Deadpool and Wolverine, the like a prayer song with Madonna. As soon as that came on, I knew what that was. Like, oh man, it's like that's like Chef's kiss. Like that's like perfect for the humor, and then perfect because again, we're getting Hugh Jackman back as Logan. And
Mhm.
regardless of what you say, I mean, the man has been playing that character for 25 years, or a quarter of a century, pretty much.
That's insane.
I don't think you can't say that about Superman. You can't say that about Batman. You can't. We all have our favorites, of character, but he is Wolverine.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Until he finally is gone
That's
from the
what I'm
role,
saying,
and
man. Like, when if they do, well, they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to recast it, and I don't know
yeah,
how they would do it without pissing some portion of the fan base off. Because it's like,
if
He's
it's
gonna be
tied
able to
into the
do it.
film, I mean, if they do it in this film, then yeah, it's very possible.
I think I think they should give it to the Daphne King who plays X-23 because that's more well. All right, so yeah, you're gonna get the people who are like women are taking over everything, blah blah blah, and I understand that. And most of the time, I would agree with the consensus of that for certain properties. But however, I think it's a lose lose situation. They recast Hugh Jackman. Oh, he's nothing. How can you? He can't compare to Hugh Jackman. No shit. Okay, cool. Go with the woman. Oh my God, why are women taking every role? You're gonna have some backlash either or. But I think the lesser of the two evils is to give it to Daphne King's because let's face it. I mean, it's gonna be a hard pill to swallow for to see any male actor play Wolverine. You know what I mean?
unless it's Henry Cavill, I will take Henry Cavill as Wolverine.
Really?
Um, yeah, but I think I
I
mean
love Henry
this.
Cavill, but I don't think he can do the demeanor. He can execute that well.
mm,
You know what I
What
mean?
if what if he didn't come back to Witcher because he was doing Deadpool and Wolverine? What if that happened?
Well, no, Warhammer is the reason why he's. I mean,
Could be.
the dude's the
Yeah,
fucking executive producer of his own show. I'm sure he's
Yeah,
happy as
yeah.
shit right now. People are like, "Oh, Henry Cavill's taking L after L." I was like, "Dude, he gets
No,
to he gets to produce a show
hell
that
no.
like off a hobby he loves. Like, I'm pretty sure he's happy. Okay, like what
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fuck?
for sure. Um, just a quick note about this screenshot you got up here. I
yeah,
thought it was interesting too because I bet you the interior of that ring has something that's plot related, and I bet you they like digitally deleted it out because they
prob.
do that with a lot of these previews. And I feel like
Mhm.
usually in the movie, whenever we see those rings, you kind of see something on the other side. And I noticed that with this, it was all like whited out.
Hmm.
Mhm. Yeah,
Um,
because I think they did that with the. Oh
No
gosh,
Way
yeah,
Home,
yeah.
Spider Man.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Spider-Man with the
yeah,
when it's supposed to be the three Spider-Man, and it's
Hmm.
just the one in the trailer, and
yeah,
so
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean, maybe that this ties into it. I mean, and again, this was like for me, it was like the crescendo. It was like the big old like, and of course they use the LFG, that I use, quite a
Morgan.
bit. But it's the again, them jumping into the portal. It's like, oh my gosh, man, it's like they're doing it. They're actually going to be doing. They're actually going to get into the MCU. Literally jumping into the MCU. It looks like,
Yeah.
but
Hmm.
and I'm kind of so tapped out with everything that's been going on with the cinematic
MCU.
universe.
Hmm.
This gets me kind of okay. This is the jolt that I think they need, or at least in my opinion, this is what's required to get kind of
Hmm.
people back into the MCU. But overall, yeah, I think the trailer was great. I know there's certain characters and there's little Easter eggs here and there that they throw in the trailer. So again, we'll see how that all is connected. Because I think what was his name, Azrael, who supposedly was
Yeah,
dead,
so
and
they're having a lot of Fox X-Men character cameos. So they're having Pyro, Toad, Azrael, Lady Deathstrike,
yeah,
and Jean. The girl who plays Jean Grey is supposedly going to be in it. They're having a lot of cameos, so it's gonna be cool. I still would have kind of preferred the Deadpool kills the Fox universe idea, but again, like we haven't seen this film yet, so I'll judge it
yeah,
after. Um,
I feel like
I
if they went with that, it'd have to be like an isolated movie that was kind of like a what if almost kind of thing.
yeah,
I'm just curious. It's very curious the villain they chose because the villain they chose, if people don't know, is Cassandra Nova, and in an alternate timeline, Charles's mom has twins. Charles and his twin sister in the womb, and his sister kills him, basically in the womb and sucks his powers and like absorbs him and shit.
hmm,
So she's like this crazy evil version of female version of Professor Xavier. So that means she's an all powerful telepath.
Telepath.
Now, to have Wolverine and Deadpool, who are physical muscle type mutants, to battle a Omega level telepath, that sounds I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna have to suspend a lot of like my comic knowledge and like be like, okay, this works. Like, you know.
I mean, they show
Um,
some of the fight scenes, and it looked all right. I mean, she's kind
Yeah.
of pretty much just toying with Logan. So
yeah, I guess yeah. So she's telekinetic as well.
The scenes were
I
mostly
do. I
Wolverine
like
and
that they're bringing back Toad. What's up, Bobby Dangerously? I do love they're bringing back Toad. I loved how the first X Men movie, like, made turned Toad so Toad in the comics is very much of like the Quasimodo
yeah,
henchman type guy, and they took him and they made him badass in the first X Men movie. You know, this dude was like talking shit, doing kung fu. Like, you know, he was like the toughest out of all the Brotherhood of Mutants. So for them to come back with that look, I'm very hyped for it. Also, in Days of Future Past, they gave us a cameo of a recasted Toad, and even that looked
yeah,
cool. But you know, it was just a cameo. They didn't really dive in. So I'm curious to
yeah.
see that.
I mean, that's because he was that's Ray Park, man.
I will say
That's Darth
about
Maul.
what's up. Oh yeah, he plays Darth Maul.
Park. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
His name's like
that's
Ray
what.
Peter or something like some shit like that. Um, what I will say though is that I want Wolverine wearing his. If this is the last Audi we're gonna see Hugh Jackman, I know as much as people are like, oh, all about the faces and the studio's all about showing the faces, but it would have been great if he wore the mask the whole movie as like a send off, as a proper like
Yeah, yeah.
circle, full circle send off. You know what I mean? But and what are you gonna
I,
do?
I think he will though. I think and
I feel like it's
because
gonna
of
be
the
like
trailer.
a 1 second thing, and he's gonna be like, well, it's gonna be like some kind of meta joke. He's gonna be like, this is stupid, and like he did at the end of Wolverine 2 or some shit.
I mean, again, I don't know. I mean, it'd be cool, and I think I think eventually, I think he'll put it on, and maybe for the final fight or something like that. And they don't want to show it in the trailer because they want you to wait to go see it. But it's funny. Yeah, it's funny you say that. But then then I start thinking about what the guys that play Batman. I mean, they're in that cowl the whole time. It's just like,
Mm.
but they
They
get
don't
to take it
bitch.
off. Yeah, and it's like, yeah, I mean, but it's Batman though, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Couple things
Um,
about the trailer I think
mhm.
that are like kind of interesting is it's going to be interesting to see them balance the tone of Deadpool under the new Disney regime. Like it's
Yeah,
going to be
Mhm.
that interesting, and I think they're going to kind of play with that a little bit in the movie, which I'm excited to see. I think that they're going to have to also use this, like somebody said earlier, as sort of like a turning point or like a spark. And I think it's going to be sort of like this waylay with a lot of other things. Like you see Ant-Man's skull, you
yeah.
see the purple cloud from Loki, right? And so I think there's going to be a lot of variant stuff, a lot of timeline stuff. I think we're going to
Mhm.
see another Wolverine. And I think for me, it'd be more palatable if I could see Jackman and this new Wolverine in the same movie. And then, maybe they do some other
Mhm.
Wolverine stuff with whoever plays him. Um,
You're giving me Marvel way too much credit. I doubt they're gonna do that. No, because I would love that too, but
yeah,
I
yeah.
doubt they're gonna do that.
Um, yeah, I
It's
don't know. It's
it's
a lot of stuff.
possible.
Dude, they've been dragging their asses with bringing the X Men on, and I feel like X Men is the only thing to save them right now. I mean, look how successful the cartoon alone is doing for them. It's just like let's just stop with these fucking stupid characters. Like I literally saw today they wrapped up finishing filming Wonder Man. It's like who asked for a Wonder Man show? Like who? I want to know who. Like, I
Yeah.
fucking see the people.
They probably have some fans out there, man. Again, I'm not one of them, but they probably do.
Yeah, yeah, that would be wild, buddy.
Dude, it's such an obscure character, like so obscure. It's just like, oh wow. But anyways, yeah, man. Like we talked about earlier, John. Like, I'm not like crazy about the Deadpool movies. I think they're cool and stuff for what they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not as hyped as people as other people are for this movie. But again, I actually like. I feel like I have more love for like lesser known characters and stuff like that, except for Wonder Man, because I think he's a joke. But anyways, yeah. I mean, I'm sure it'll be cool. I just kind of want to fast forward to the part where he's actually integrated into the full MCU characters
Yeah.
cast. Yeah, I mean, so we're just gonna see him interact with other Fox characters like we've been seeing. Um, I hope that there's gonna be some actual MCU characters, actors in the film as well.
And that got me thinking just now. What if I mean our expectations and everything are subverted? And it's pretty much he gets thrown in the MCU, but it's the Fox MCU. So he's in there with the Vulture, Michael Keaton, the Morbius, Jared
I mean,
Leto,
Sony,
and
the
then
Sony
so
Yeah,
MCU.
the Sony. Yeah, yes. It'd be
I
like
mean,
it'd be like
I'm sure Sony would love that, dude. They literally like they're like the the psycho ex girlfriend that doesn't want to let up. Like, you know what I mean? It was just like they were begging Marvel to let them use their scenes, their their references and their films, and they wanted MCU to use their Venom, but it just never panned out. Wonder Man has been development since before they had the rights back from their other properties.
Wow.
I
Again,
mean, good for them. I mean, also the actor they chose for it, I love that actor, but like I feel like it's such a waste of a role. Obscure, wasn't Wonder Man one of the head characters of the '80s Avengers and whatnot? Dude, that's before my time. So I mean, if that's right, no, I'll be real. If that's correct, then I retract what I said. But I grew up
90s.
90s, but I
Yes.
have read OG comics. Like I read the original '70s Daredevil run, only for select characters. So if you're asking me, have I read the '70s Avengers runs? No, I have not. So therefore, you might be right. You know what I mean? At least in this day and age, he's referenced as he's more known as an obscure character. So
Now, yeah, nowadays, yeah.
yeah, see, that's meaningful comments that we need. We need comic educated answers.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So let's move on to the next segment. Let's go around and rank our favorite Predator movies. Now just for everyone who watching, we have Predator One, Predator Two, Predators,
Mhm.
The Predator, and Prey. Did I miss any?
No AVP. No
No
AVP.
AVP?
No, let's not.
Okay.
Let's
That
not.
Okay.
simplifies things. That simplifies things.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
John, you go first.
Okay, so I brought this segment just because I was watching a couple of just videos, and then I actually saw Predator 1 and 2 over the weekend. I was like, you know what, that'd be a good idea because it'd be kind of like a little cool little talking segment. Because this is going to be a little bit controversial because my list I have here. So my favorite, and again, this is all based on what's your favorite. What's better, but what's your favorite? So for me, Predator 2, I rank that number one, then
Mhm.
Predator, then Prey, then Predators, and then I had AVP in there, but then the Predators dead last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for me, Predator 2, it was one of those things where it was on all the time on HBO growing up. It seemed like it was always on
Mhm.
rotation. I'd watch that and then Terminator 2 and then Tremors. It just seemed like that was always on, like on a Saturday,
I've seen Tremors way more times than any normal person
Oh,
should.
I like Trevor's, man.
Yeah, yeah. I love Tremors
But
too. And it just,
it was one of those movies that like it just came on and
Yeah.
you're like, all right, whatever, let's watch it.
yeah.
It wasn't like, hey, let's go hunt for Tremors.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, but Predator 2,
Um,
it's so fun, and it's like so. I mean, it's a big rehash of the first one in some parts, but then they build on it in other parts. But I don't know. I always enjoyed the city aspect for it. I mean, there's a lot of cool scenes. That King Willie scene. Oh my gosh, man! I see myself like I love listening to that particular score, that particular piece of music when the Predator jumps into the alley and
Mhm.
he's walking on the water and all the effects and everything. But Predator, classic. I mean, just pure classic film. I mean,
mhm.
you had no idea what to expect. You thought it was just going to be like a shoot 'em up with
Yeah.
commandos and stuff like that with Arnold, and all of a sudden you start seeing this creature alien. Like, what the heck is? Oh, this is what I thought it was going to be.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And then yeah, I mean, then Predators would have been number three, but then Prey. I mean, that is. I like the concept of what they're doing of the whole going back in time, and then kind of just tying it into the previous movies.
Mhm.
You got that pistol from the was it 1700s that showed up in Predator 2, and now
Yeah.
it showed up in Prey. The Predator, oh my gosh, man, that's just 100%
That
trash.
was a
That could,
nightmare.
that was just so bad. I mean, the
Thank God
suit,
they like rebooted it. I was like, please do not
yeah.
continue this fucking storyline.
And I saw somebody review the Predator series as a whole, and they do mention that. That's one thing that's sorely missing from since
What are you
Kevin
talking
Peter
about?
Hall. The As far as like the person playing the Predator. So you had
Oh,
Kevin Peter Hall in the suit.
oh,
I mean, he looked. I mean, he moved. I mean, the way he acted. I mean, he was given a performance.
Mhm.
Whereas after him, because sadly he passed away after Predator 2.
Mm.
you know, you just got like some stunt guys, and they're just kind of just lumbering around. They're kind of just, you know, the
Yeah.
guy and Prey was kind of in that same sort of like animalistic kind of, you know, hunter kind, like almost like, you know, like he's hunting his prey
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, yeah,
But the other ones, they just look so just. I think
Clumsy. Yeah.
yeah.
well, and I think the Predator, the Alpha Predator, I think wasn't he all CGI like that Berserker or which would
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So that's my list. Like I said, Predator 2 is like number one, and then you know Predator, and then really it can just you know go back and forth with the other ones, but yeah, definitely the Predator is the worst one.
Chris, you want to go?
Yeah, yeah, I'll go backwards. So I'll go least favorite to favorite. So least favorite, definitely the Predator. I think it's gonna be everybody's least favorite here. Then I would go Predator 2. Sorry, John. Predator 2 is all right. There's some good parts in it, but just not quite my favorite. Then I would go Prey. I liked Prey a lot. They went back to sort of like the Predator logic. I think one
Yeah.
thing that really lost me about the Predator is I hate when you take the Yuja characters.
Yeah. How do you pronounce that? Yuja.
Yeah, something like that. But
It's
like
something, yeah.
I need them to kill every character indiscriminately by their code. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They have
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
code. And so like I need them to treat all characters equally by that code. And I feel like in the Predators, it was like, oh, I like this guy. I'm not gonna, and it's like, oh, he's a good guy. I'm not gonna kill him. And I don't like that, like it
Yeah.
bothers me. And so then I would say Predator. I
Yeah.
thought Predators was a really great idea. I love the idea of all these hitmen and assassins on this alien planet and then being hunted down. Like it was so cool and it was so out of left field because I feel like around that time the franchise had kind of dipped
Yeah.
off.
Mm.
And then obviously, yeah, Predator, the first Predator movie is fucking
Yeah.
awesome. I mean, sheer muscle mass alone. Where my old Sunny fans at? Sheer muscle mass, greatest movie ever.
Um, my list is gonna be similar to you guys, or similar to the last person who chatted. I would say my favorite is obviously Predator, classic. I would give my second place now. As much as I want to give Predator 2 the second place, I will like. Oh yeah, the Collecting Brother. I will give. I agree with him. I will give my second place to Prey because that's in terms of like actual of an actual movie. I would go back and like willingly watch. Predator 2 is kind of a chore just because it's a little dated. Like like I don't know,
Yeah.
like the way 90s movies depicted city characters, gangsters and stuff is
Yeah.
just very over the top and cringy. So that's the only reason why I'm not giving Predator 2 the second slot. Now so the original Predator, obviously I love there's nothing I don't like about it, to be honest. Prey, Chris alluded to, I loved, they kind of did like a dated, like a timeline thing.
Mhm.
I love the new designs and stuff they introduced with that particular predator, like the tip of his tools and stuff. Um, I also the only thing that I kind of that kind of annoyed me was that this girl who was like semi new to hunting all of a sudden could take down like a giant Uchta. That
Yeah,
was a little bit of a I had to suspend my belief for that part. You know what I mean?
little Mary
I mean,
Yeah.
I think to save them to make that movie a little bit more satisfactory to me, they probably should have had like, at least like a whatever the term is when they both not like killed each other off
Mhm.
at the very most. I think it should have been like a both knockoff and type of thing to make it more realistic.
That would have been new
Predator,
too.
Yeah.
yeah, and Predator 2, like I said, I mean, besides the cringy '90s cheesy lines and aspects of it, I did like how they showed how the Predator would maneuver in the city. I like how they emphasize heavily on how he heals his wounds with
Yeah.
the green goo and stuff like that. So that was dope. I like that. And then Predators, I loved Predators. Not so much on the rewatch. The first time I liked it a lot more.
Mhm.
But I like the fact that they introduced different factions of predators. They added more to the lore.
Yeah.
I love that, like, even among the Yuchta, there was like this whole another barbaric faction that like was hunting
Mhm.
them. That was very cool concept. The only thing that's making that movie not be my number three, or is it? Yeah, number three is the fact it was is the human portion of it. Is some of the actors and some of the the interactions were just like,
Yeah.
like Morpheus, the Lawrence
Lawrence-
Fishburne,
I think
Yeah.
you're gonna say that.
playing the stupid cabin fever guy talking to himself. I
Yeah.
was like, this is just not. I can't take this serious. Like, it's like if they removed all that bullshit out of it, it would have been a great movie. And then the
Hey,
last one,
one thing real quick on that. I think I heard. I don't know if it's true or not, but they were teasing. I guess way back in the day, they were trying to get Arnold or Danny Glover to play that role and kind of just do a quick, cool little cameo. I don't know if that's true or not. I read it somewhere, but that would have been pretty
yeah,
insane that they run into Dutch, instead of Lawrence Fishburne. So
yeah. But yeah, and then Predator, it's just a god awful movie. It really is. Like,
no,
it's just I don't know. Like, they changed the lore so much in the fact that they're making the Utah these like benevolent, like there are benevolent factions that are trying to help out humans. Don't get me wrong. There's probably factions that have a little bit more respect or more leniency. Okay, cool. I can believe that. But for a faction to put its neck on the line to save a race that their people hunt, there's no humanitarian Utah, you know what I mean, around. That just goes, it's like as blasphemous in a sense, you know what I mean? So that's my list for that.
I mean, there is some like in Predator 2, there are some hints, like you mentioned, Chris, that to their kind of honor or their little bit of
Yeah,
their
they had honor, they had a code, but they weren't like, oh, sorry, a guy tried to hunt you down. Here's a hand job, like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, they went a little bit too overboard with that. I like the subtle approach. Like, he didn't take out the little boy with the gun at the cemetery. He didn't take out
Yeah. There's no
the pregnant.
sport in it.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. The pregnant cop, even though she was armed, he saw that she was pregnant. Like, okay, I can't. I'm not going to
yeah,
do this.
exactly,
So
exactly.
that was some cool stuff. I mean, and the Keys connection, Peter Keys and his son, and the Predator, who's actually played by his son, in the film. I thought that was going to be cool, and then it just like it kind of was like a throwaway. I'm like, damn, you can't even do that right. It's like,
Yeah,
okay. And
I
then
agree.
Olivia Munn, it's like, I don't know, is Olivia Munn, or what's her? It's Olivia, right?
Olivia Munn, yeah, she was in the Predator. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. That's like, I'm not a real big fan of her, so it's like, yeah. No, it's
Uh,
like still, I really did enjoy it. So
Going back to
yeah,
what Buddy was saying, yeah, Machiko was the name of that character, and I feel like they tried to do it with AVP with the female in that movie, but it wasn't nearly as cool as Machiko. Machiko's
yeah.
Buddy is asking, do you think that they would make a female Predator? I mean, dude, in today's age, yeah, I totally believe they would do so. Do that. Do I think that fans would like it? I don't know, man. I mean, they came out with the female Hellraiser. What's up, Paying Toys? What's up,
I
man?
like that Hellraiser movie.
I liked it too,
Yeah, yeah. It was,
but a lot of the diehard Hellraiser fans were apparently had beef with it. And I was like, why? Like just because it's Pinhead has tits, like it's like what's the issue here? Um, but like I said, like how fan bases are, they're very protective.
yeah.
Um, so
But
yeah,
that would be cool. I mean, to have a female
I'm open to it.
Predator.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
open. I'm not
absolutely,
against it. Like yeah.
absolutely.
But John, do you want to open up Cap, the Cap guy, our featured guest this week?
Yes, sir. The Mr. Cap dot lives is our featured photographer for the week. Let me see here. So amazing stuff here, cinematic stuff. So let me put your Instagram IG in the chat.
Hey, Payne, thanks for joining.
Yep. Aaron, good to see you, man. So, man, it's just like such a good photographer. I'm trying to remember which shot I'll go through here real quick. I'm trying to remember which one caught my eye when I was going through the feed, but
His lighting is great.
yeah, amazing lighting on all of his shots. This indie, and I wonder if this is the Mezco indie.
No.
That's
good.
good.
Okay.
The way how much he had to diffuse that light, it's very like for it to not oversaturate the face. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
And I mean, just all the way the lighting is kind of on the shirt. You can kind of make see all those. It looks great.
Yeah.
And then whatever he's using here as the as an artifact, I mean, that's great. I mean, you just get a little bit of a hint of it. So, I think it's SHF. I think he has here, or he's hashtagging SHF. So maybe that's what that is.
That looks right.
But awesome photo. That's nice. Now this is
That's
the
sick.
NECA or no Jada Toys. Oh, they make.
I didn't even know J2's made one. I thought only NECA did.
I thought so too, huh?
That's
Did
cool
not.
though if they did. That
Yeah.
looks good.
Cool accessory. I like that accessory, like a invisible kind of wrist with the glove.
How do you do that though? I guess he photoshopped it. He photo. I guess he photoshopped it.
Probably, yeah. I mean, great job.
Wait,
Man,
y'all,
I was
that was translucent plastic right there?
That's
Am
what
I,
I thought.
am
I
I
was just
fooled?
like,
no. No, is it or no?
no,
Oh,
it's
no.
not. It's
You got
photoshopped out.
me. You
It's
got me.
photoshopped out.
No, but yeah, that's cool. That's a cool idea.
That yeah, that's very uh good homage to the actual movie, The
Yeah.
Invisible Man.
Oh man,
Ooh.
these
Oh,
nice,
I see he's
nice
using those like
bullet trails.
trailblazer those
Bullet trails,
I'm
man.
sorry, bullet trails that
Yep.
our guy Dimitri Killzone made.
I need
Well,
a
Killzone's
man.
making those?
No, he didn't make these per se. I'm just like recently
He's
he
making stuff.
experimented it.
He makes them,
Yes.
yeah.
Is he selling
Yeah.
them?
Yeah.
He's selling, yeah. He
All right.
does,
Yeah.
and they're pretty good quality, not bad.
Yeah. No, the yeah, I think I got a couple of his that came in a couple weeks ago. I need to give him a shot. I was thinking about a shot like just like this, but it didn't come out right. I didn't like the angle, but this is like just perfect. I mean, really out of focus, telling the story. Stalker and Spirit are under basically just trying to take cover. So yeah, great photo. Love the little rim light there and the light
Mhm.
from the bullet trails.
Yeah.
I like the backdrop too. It makes the image look really open, like they're in like a real open area.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you could probably just think that maybe there's maybe a hidden trees back there. Probably. I mean, you just use your imagination. So
Yeah.
that's what's always great about people that take amazing photos.
Mhm.
This one here, oh
Very
my
stunning.
gosh,
Love it.
I think this is going to be the actual feature showcase photo. When I saw this, like, this is just
The
breathtaking.
lighting is just very realistic. Very
Mhm.
nice.
And it's such a simple idea, but also, I mean, captured very well. Because I mean, it's General Hawk, so I like his
Yeah.
caption. The weight of the world. So he's got, man, these dang Cobra guys, man. They keep coming. They keep coming out of keep crawling out of rocks. But one thing I did like, and I didn't even think about this, which I'm gonna have to do now with my Hawk, is change his hands out with. I think those are the Duke hands, or it's just any
Flesh
clenched
hands.
fist. Yeah, flesh hands. So because he's got the little gloves, trigger hands that come with them.
Mhm.
So I saw this like, oh, that's perfect, man. That's like, I mean, perfect storytelling. I mean, he's just sitting
Yeah.
there, probably at a bar or maybe at somewhere that's, or maybe at the safe house and just trying to figure out his plan the next plan. So
Yeah.
great shot. This is a good one. I think we
Nice.
use this one on the
$50
banner.
bill. $50 bill.
No time for love, Dr. Jones.
You know why? The only reason why I'm so familiar with this character is because when I was like a little kid in like middle school,
You look like him.
I used to get bullied for being whatever, being Asian. So they would call me shortstop, whatever the guy's name, and he like
Short
it would
round.
just these like upperclassmen would just straight would go on my face, $50 bill. I'm just like, all right, my man, I got it.
Jesus.
But yeah, Jada
Also, the
Toys is
Collecting
cranking
Brothers.
out.
Oh, so it's
Nice.
way better than that.
Play better than NECA.
Hmm.
That I'm sure. That I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely. We were talking about that in the chat. As far as I have that NECA Terminator, and I really want to. I may want to get I may end up getting the
Get the
Mayfix.
Mafex. Yeah,
Yeah,
get the Mafex.
I think that's I'm gonna end up having to get him. I mean, he does the job well for but there's some poses I wanted to get him in yesterday. I'm like, man, I cannot get this down. It's like
Mm-hmm.
I need to go and just cop the Mayfix.
They have this like most rigid plastic ever. The NECA figures.
Nice.
Yeah.
Rage versus Fei Long. Now, that's a good crossover.
Yep.
Rage, for you guys to know, Rage is kind of an anti-hero from Marvel. He was recently involved with Sam Wilson, Captain America. He's kind of like this activist,
Hmm.
extreme. I guess extremist kind of is the word for it, for lack of a better word. I'm sorry.
His power
Yeah.
is he gets real angry.
Going-
No, but like even just looking at this, I feel like the rage, the design, that yellow face that he's got with the leather jacket, like it fits well with
Yeah.
Street Fighter too. Like he looks like he fits right in with Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, this is a good shot
Nice.
here.
I like that. I
Real.
like the angle
Yeah,
right
close up
there.
shot. Oh man, now it's got me one. It got me thinking about shooting, kind of recreating the shot, or kind of just that's what I love about the Jada Toys Street Fighters, man. I can't wait till I get the. I got M Bison and Dalsum on pre-order, so I can't wait to get those in. They're so amazing. They're so fun, and I enjoy the Street Fighter characters a lot more than Mortal Kombat. That's just me though.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
yeah, great shot.
But oh, nice. That's dope. I like that. Nice candid shot.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And it kind of ties into what what Chun-Li was doing in the movie. And I think, well, in both movies, anime movie and the live action, she was kind
She
of,
was a journalist slash spy who had
yep.
amazing legs.
You've heard of Marvel vs. Capcom, and that's Marvel working with Capcom. There you go.
Oh, look
Oh,
at
there
that.
you
No, go back to
go.
that. Go back to the sexy poison ivy. Go back to that.
Oh man, what
Look
happened?
at that. Look at that. Oh wow. That's nice.
That's the
A
Mafex.
plus. A plus. A plus plus on this one.
You passed on that one, didn't you? The Mafex?
I'm waiting for it to go on cheap, dude. It's just like there's not enough accessories to justify spending like 80.
But it's
Like
it's it's
I
Mafex
like
though, man.
I'll meet you.
not a lot of accessories.
I'll meet you guys in the middle. If it goes down to 80, I'll cop. But 85, you know,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
So
know.
I'll tell you this, man. If I cop that Two-Face, well, when I cop that Two-Face, then you cop that Poison Ivy.
When I bought, wait, what? Why is
So when
that?
I
I thought we're doing the GI Joe thing. I thought your whole thing was you're trying to get me to GI Joe. So why are you slacking?
well, I
Why are
mean,
you lagging?
I have to get you into Mafex too. Hey, I already told you I'm getting the Storm Shadow.
I already have Mafex. I have at least like 10 figs. What do you mean I'm not getting to Mafex? But anyways, for you guys, follow that great photographer Cap Dot Lives, right? Cap Dot
Yep.
Lives.
Cap dot lives.
Does, as you can see, does great realistic work. He's this week's featured guest photographer. So yeah, go shoot him a follow and check what he's got cooking. But I did want to take some time out of this live. So for everyone who just joined, everyone who just joined, I'm Night Terrors. Now for whoever who doesn't know, whoever's not close to me, who hasn't, I haven't told. Instagram had my account restricted slash shadow banned for 3 months over something so stupid. All I did was share like some comedy reel to my story, and obviously the original post was up and nothing was wrong with it, but all I did was share someone else's comedy reel to my story, and Instagram flagged me for violation, and they gave me the 3 month probation thing. So when that shit went down, as we're as being an active photographer slash, I've been in the game for since 2015 basically. That was very heartbreaking. The thought of losing, because I'm currently up to like 44,000 followers, and to lose all the work I put in building my account that high is very discouraging. Demoralizing. However you want to put it, low self esteem, all that stuff. So the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because I recently got off the probation, and during that time I took a hiatus because I did try keep chugging along and posting stuff, but it was very discouraging. So I took a hiatus for the last 3-4 weeks. But I want to take the time to thank first and foremost, my group, Geeked Out Click, John, Chris, the other guys in the group, for keeping me motivated, keeping my spirits up, and just really reinforcing why I can't let this hobby go. You know what I mean? It's like it's just me. It would save a lot of money and put a lot of money in my pockets if I was just to leave and close up shop. But when I'm put through tests like this, to see where my heart's at, where my dedication is for this hobby, it's always very kind of heartwarming to know that I'm in it, not just for the nerd stuff, not just that, because I'm a nerd, I read comics and I love sci-fi and pop culture. Yeah, that's all cool and good, but the the main thing why I hang around so much is the people in this toy community. And so I'm not just thinking my group. I want to thank people in the toy community, everyone who's not in my group that I chop up with, I talk to, the people I've seen, people who not even if we don't talk, that you share your work and I get to see it and appreciate it, and really inspire me to up my game and continue being a photographer. So yeah, man, I just wanted to take the time to thank the people in this community for helping me stay afloat in trying times where as an artist, as a a creative um a creative person, me wanting to like being tempted to like just walk away from it all and just do something else in my life. You know what I'm saying? So thank you guys, from the bottom of my heart. I'm glad that, while I'm in this hobby for the obviously nostalgia, the nerd stuff, the superheroes, first and foremost, I'm here for the people and the friends, the dear friends that I've made, especially John, Chris.
Yeah.
We were strangers a year ish ago, if not 2 years
Oh,
ago, and now we're pretty close friends. And it's really cool, man. It's awesome having the group of friends that you always craved as it growing up, because it's not it's not easy, especially when we grew up, all of us here, when being a nerd wasn't cool, wasn't hip. You kind of had to hide that side of you to
yep.
like, what I mean. But being with people who you can just fully let it full out, and and they can kick it right back at you, that's something that's really cool, really appreciative, something that kind of gets taken for granted time to times. But yeah, man, thank you guys. Just pretty much while
Yeah.
I'm, I'll stop rambling on. I just want to say thank you.
Oh, that was great, man. Yeah, for real. The community is awesome, and it is nice to have people that like support you. And I think, like you mentioned, one of the best things about it is you do make friends, right?
Hmm.
Through just kind of interacting with this shared hobby that we kind of all have. So magic
Hmm.
stuff.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you kind of were able to kind of ride that wave. I mean, it was just yeah, it sucks, and the fact that you did have a all the work you put in, and like we were telling you, KT, you gotta just stick it out, man. Just I mean, just
Hmm.
you know get past this, and then keep coming out with bangers, banger after banger, and just like and now you're back. It's just like yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, and I think being in this community is so special. And like you were saying, it's so great because like nobody at my work or my friends here where I live, my family, they don't get none of this. They don't get they don't get the toy collecting, they don't get the
Hmm.
photography, they don't get absolutely none of it. So to be in a community of people that collect figures, and then people that collect figures and take photos of them, it's great. It's great to have that same interest, because again, it is a niche area that a lot of people, I mean, yeah, it can be tough. It can be,
Hmm.
you know, looked down upon even now as an adult. I'm in my 40s, and if people, don't get it and they want to say something, it's like, well, I know I have a group of people that I, friends with, that I can like, you know
Hmm.
what?
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna sweat it. I got people I can talk to. They get it and they appreciate it. So yeah, it's awesome, man. I'm glad you were able to, get
Hmm.
past that, and now you're back, and can't wait to see what you got cooking, man. We got to do the Conan collab. We got to do the
Yeah,
big.
I'm
Oh,
gonna shoot
oh,
it. I'm gonna shoot it.
hell
That's
yeah.
good. That's gonna be your big welcome back party, man. You're gonna do. We're gonna
Yeah.
be the Conan collab. I mean, that's gonna be a big GOC collab. So
And just for everyone, so you have insight, it really is only in the 112 action figure community, as far as I'm concerned,
Mhm.
where you get this just genuine kindness from
yeah,
from strangers, from, let's be real here, from fucking strangers that you're probably never gonna see me in real life. You know what I mean? Because I come from the designer or art toy collector community
mm,
and the hot toy community. And if you were to tell any of your your peers or people you were cool with, hey, I'm thinking like I'm thinking about leaving the scene, they wouldn't give a shit, because that just means more toys for them. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That means like
yeah,
more opportunities for them. So they'd be like, "Oh, that sucks. Hey, can you? Or what are you selling? Da, 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 da. They they'd be straight into your pockets, and you're like, "Damn, are we were we friends, or were we just trying to like
Yeah.
wait try to wait and see and get my shit?" You know what I mean? So this really is the only community where you don't have any of that toxic bullshit, the politics. Well, I
yeah,
mean, well, I'm not gonna get into that, but but you know what I mean. Like this is just genuine people who are nice, and even not in just what I just discussed in terms of like being a creative and trying to learn different techniques. Like we just went over every week when we feature a guest, a random photographer in the community, we're noticing these different ways they're
mm,
shooting their subjects,
Definitely.
however it will be Photoshop or you know the setup, the dioramas, the lighting, etc., etc. You know, that, and you have these people sharing not just like the featured guests, but everyone in general just is very transparent and sharing their behind the scenes because you know it's just all love at the end of the day. It's just like, hey, look how I did this, you know, and if you want to know, this is you know, you do ABCD to achieve, you
Yeah.
know, the product.
Yeah.
Love it.
So that's something that's rare, and I think it's sometimes taken for granted by some people that don't have their heart really fully into this hobby, or at least I'll say haven't really acknowledged what is the true treasure in being a part of this hobby.
Mhm.
You know, it's not just, oh, I get to like nerd out with a bunch of guys and post pictures of toys. Yeah, that's a big percentage of it, but it's also the relationships, the friendships that you establish in the community. And you know what I'm saying? It's not just, you know, I'm sure everyone has their own boys and stuff like that. You don't just sit there and talk about toys 24/7. No, we talk about our lives, you know, our lifestyles, you know, people, you know, shit that's going on, you know, like work and etc.
Yeah.
And we just, you know, we just become true, genuine friends, you know, trying to live day by day and exchanging, you know, trying to make each other laugh and, you know, spread positive vibes, really.
Speaking of which, I don't know if we've said this on the show yet, but Legion's Con, we are all going to Legion's Con. And so if you guys want to hang out with us out at Legion's Con, if anybody else is going, let us know, reach out, and
Yeah.
we'll link up out there.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, do we want to talk about any collabs coming up?
Oh yes. So for everyone tuned in, we have a collab crossover in the works with Toy Mercs. So it'll be taking place next week. I think it's April 29th to May 3rd, correct,
Yeah.
Chris?
So I believe those.
Okay, so from April 29th to May 3rd, if you want to participate, invite both Toy Mercs and Geeked Out Click as collaborators before you post your picture. And that way, both your picture will be featured on both our pages. That will both be able to, you know, spread your awareness and reach. And basically, this is just to celebrate the unity among the toy community. You know, while Toy Mercs, you know, is their own thing, Geeked Out Click, we're our own toy group. You know, we get a lot of fellow toy photographers who, without us even kicking off this collab, we're already collabing with
Yeah.
both our pages.
Yeah.
And me and Dead Man Juan, you know, the guy from Toy Mercs, we acknowledge this. We're like, you know, there's so many people they love both of us like almost equally. Why not celebrate this? You know what I'm saying? Why not put this into the main focus? Oh, what's the theme? No, there's no thing. Just whatever picture you want to post, just invite both our pages as collaborators, and we'll share it. And that's all you have to do to participate. There's no theme of what pictures to
Open.
take.
So
Nope. Free creative control. We
Theme
just
is
want to we just want
badass
to
logo.
again we just want to
yeah.
bring it to the focus and celebrate it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people have been doing it already. So for them it's nothing new. But for people who don't know, this is your chance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then we'll also be on the tune tomorrow, right? Tomorrow at
Yes, we
9
will
p.m.
be on Skeleton Collectibles YouTube show tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern time to chop it up with the Toy Mercs and Skeleton Collectibles and Wenzilla. And you know, we'll also discuss the collab as well there too.
Cool.
So
Cool.
yeah, guys, we thank you so much for joining this week's episode of Geeked Out Live. Tune in next Tuesday. Yep, next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time for our next episode. And you guys have a good night and take care.
Take care, everybody.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.
Oh, Dead Man just came on.
Sorry, Dead Man. I'll post it so you can watch.
Yeah.